In this video, we're going to convert my V1 Maxx, that little short guy right there, into a V2 Maxx. I've got all the parts that I need. In the description, I'll link every single part that I've got right here going into this. So make sure you check that out if you want to convert your V1. So guys, let's get this conversion going because there's shiny things on here too. Guys, let's get to the table. This is what I've got. That was a clear body. I painted it red because I've got the red suspension arms and, you know, may as well make it match, right? So just a simple spray bomb that's got stickers for everything. So for the chassis, right here, that's the chassis you need. If you get the clear body, you're going to need this. If you get the painted body, I believe it comes with all this stuff. But need this for the clear body. Right here is the chassis piece that goes underneath. Right here is your drive shaft. You got to have a longer drive shaft, right? And here's your battery hold down because, well, it's a different chassis. Okay, let's get the V1 on the table and get this conversion started. I told you guys it was shiny, right? Look at all the Vitavon knuckles, hubs, rear bulkhead, servo adapter, Reefs RAW 500, front bulkhead. I've even got the tires that the V2 comes on. How about that? So anyway, we're going to go and get this apart. And the vast majority of this is simple, taking things apart and bolting the new pieces on. So I'm going to show you guys step by step what to do. But as far as the actual unbolting stuff, that's pretty simple, right? So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. To get this started, we're doing the front first. Take this piece out right here. There we go. Simple. Easy. You can see the bell crank and all that. So I get to start digging a little bit further to get the front end off. I'm going to go ahead and take the servo arm loose right here so the whole thing can come right out. Got a few bolts to take loose. The bolts that come out at the top are here, 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 and here. With those bolts out, peel that off because you had to get to the back ones anyway, right? You may as well get started. You can also see some of the bolts you got to take loose. The front is loose. And I still got to take my servo thing loose. Hang on. And this is the servo thing I forgot to take off. But anyway, there you go. Now, if you find that you need to do some maintenance to your front bulkhead or any of that, now is a great time to do it. Here's the chassis. Rather than tearing everything apart and just going for a whole big mess, we're going to do it one piece at a time. So I'm going to go ahead and bolt this onto the new chassis. There we go. Simple bolted back up. Up next is going to be the rear bulkhead. Now, the reason I'm doing the rear bulkhead is because I can go ahead and get that on there and then do all the electronics at one time, including the servo. This bolt is out because it actually tied into the stock battery box right there. So not sure if the new one's going to tie into that. It probably will. So rear bulkhead comes off next. I got the motor out of the way. So this bolt, these bolts right here. And I took the motor out because, well, you know, you kind of have some room in there, right? And you got a couple bolts underneath. One there and one over there. With the screwdriver right here in between this part right here, just simply slid right out. Yeah, that's a little bit on the dirty side. I think I want to clean that up a little bit. That's a little bit better. Now it's time to put this on the new chassis. Got to put the bolts in to tighten this down, but this is looking like what it should have been from the factory. Now, notice where your pin was for your pinion mesh and all that. So you're going to transfer that over to here. And yes, Traxxas did put the little guide in place. This is looking good. Heck yeah. Now, it's time for this to cover the bottom. Traxxas does provide new screws, which is awesome. So far, everything is bolting up flat beautifully, and it should. So guess what? Now we got to get the battery, and then we're going to mess with the electronics. And the battery tray piece back in, you can see right there how it wraps around that. And then this pops over top of it. And the back one on this side is going to be the exact same way. Now the battery tray is obviously longer. It's got the cushions right here to go on here. Yeah, definitely going to need those. You can probably adjust it for some balance if you want. Now that is a 4S and it's barely going to fit. Barely going to fit, but I guess I'm going to have to find the 6S one, the expansion for the V2. I guess I got to look that up. So right now, looks like I'm stuck on 4S. If you run really thin batteries, well, it's got these spacers that you can put on there and really thin this thing out. That won't be me. Now it's time for the electronics. Haha, this is a Holmes 2100 kV punchy motor right here. The big 4274, I believe it is. So we got that. And then the Monster X ESC, which I have glued in place. I've got to peel that out. Then the receiver box, which is pretty much bolt in. Same with the servo. So pretty much bolt for bolt with a little bit of peel. And there we go. All the electronics are out. Now granted, this uses 3 bolts up top. You use a 2.5 millimeter hex wrench. There's your servo right in there. The receiver box actually bolts in from the bottom with 3 little bolts right there. So yeah, this is super simple here. This was way easier than I thought. I mean, really, I've got to put that piece back in right there. Let's make sure that fits. Yep, gonna fit perfectly. Now, this is something I want to point out. Look at all the room we have for the ESC out here. Guys, it's to be super easy to get super stupid on motors. Woo, super easy to get super stupid. How about that one, guys? Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this thing up. Now it's time for that body. Now, yes, there is some difference here in the body. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the chassis so you can see the difference on the chassis with the stock body and then the new body. With this, you can see a little bit of shortness of the body as opposed to the chassis. You can also see how badly bent my front bumper is. Probably because I crashed it somewhere. But anyway, just setting this body on it. Just simply setting the body on it. Yeah. Ho, ho, ho. Okay, now let's get all the cage work and stuff put in. As far as this job goes, it's the same thing. Just simply unbolt the stock parts. Obviously, I've got a new top part to go across the top because of the longer length of the new body. And the rest is just simply bolt off, bolt on. The back of it came off pretty good. I did have to pry some of it loose because it was kind of stuck. That went on nicely. Now it's time for this piece right here. Let's get this put on. And yes, it does come with new hardware. Move the stock top from the old body onto this one. And there we go. And this thing looks brand new. I must have never crashed it. Yep, I don't think I ever crashed this thing. Now it's time to take the front off. So, yeah, this thing still looks brand new. I've never crashed it, I guess. Beautiful. These pieces right here, the little black pieces that go on there, they help you keep your body in case you happen to crash, which I don't ever crash, so I'm good. There we go. Check that out. That looks nice. Now let's put it on the truck. There it is. It is done. This was an easy conversion. Really easy. And there we go. Got a V2 Maxx. Now, if you notice, I've got the little slider things on the side because, well, I didn't quite show them in the video. I didn't really realize I needed to put them on until I got up here and I noticed something was wrong. But anyway, if you commented about the back pieces right here, the little bushing things right there, well, look at this. They're on there. So, yeah, it's complete, ready to go. I'm excited. It's like a brand new truck for me now. So, I'm going to end this video. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure that little button down there that says subscribe is clicked. So, check that description. Use those links. Make sure you're subscribed. And thank you all for watching. If you're still watching, you are top shelf. You are the cream of the crop, the pick of the litter. You are phenomenal. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. It means a lot to me. Now, down below, there are links for the products you see. Also for channel memberships, if you guys want to be a part. Channel members get early viewing on pretty much everything that I can. So, guys, check that description. There's a lot of info down there. Thank you all for watching.